Hi guys, it's Lauren from Lauren Made Beauty, and today I'm here on Ofra's channel to share with you guys the 2 new holiday sets. Look at the holographic packaging. It always just gets my attention. I just love something shiny, don't I? Today I'm gonna show you 2 different looks using the 2 new sets. This is the Luxe Holiday Set, and this is the Symphony Holiday Set. Both of these sets include one of their signature 5-pan eyeshadows, as well as a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss. And each of them is featuring one of their hero products. So in the Luxe set, Rodeo Drive is the gloss and also the center shade in the eyeshadow palette, one of the most popular highlighters from Ofra. And then in this set, we have Blissful as the star of the show. I wanted to create 2 different looks using these sets that you could either gift or gift to yourself. I wanted them to be something that was glam and still easy. I love a simple look. I love the beauty of something that's really blended and kind of smoked out. The first look that I do is using the Symphony palette. It's a beautiful smoky cranberry look. It's really easy but still really glam. And then the second look is using the Luxe palette, and it's this look you're seeing here. So I hope you guys enjoy them. I hope it gives you some inspiration if you picked these sets up. So let's get into them. In this first look, prepare for a hair change now. All right, for the first look, I'm gonna go for a really beautiful blown out kind of berry look. I really love this shade over here. This is called Sublime, and it has a really nice duochrome shift, so I'm gonna be using that to my advantage, and I think it'll look really great just put all over the lid. So I've already primed my eyes, and first I'm gonna be going in with the shade Charm. This is the lightest matte in the palette. This is going to be my transition and my crease shade. And it's okay if this gets on the lid. We're just blending this all in the crease so we have a bit of a transition going on before we lay down our lid shade. And I also really like that this has a bit of a peach undertone, so I think it plays nicely where it looks monochromatic but not the same exact color with the Sublime shade we're gonna be using. And this is gonna get pretty blown out, so I'm just kind of using big blending motions, focusing mainly on the outer half. Next, I'm taking my fingers and I'm gonna be going in with Sublime, and this we're gonna be laying down all over the lid. I'm tapping off my finger. No, I'm just making sure there's not a ton of extra product on there just to make sure I don't get any fallout. And I'm gonna be taking this, and I really wanna lay this as close to the lash line as possible. And then as I have less product on my finger, I'm blending up into the shade we've already laid down. I think it's so pretty, and it has this golden sheen to it, which I really appreciate. Now I'm just taking the brush we used before for blending, and I'm just taking nothing new on it and blending out those edges just so we get as seamless of a blend as possible. And really for the upper part of the lid, that's what I want to do. I want this blown out cranberry eye. I think that's so festive going into holiday, but also something that's a little bit more wearable while having those more red tones. I also just love the way it pops my blue eyes. For my inner corner, I'm going to be going in with Blissful, and I'm just using that to spotlight my inner corner. Really brings some brightness to the look. I mean, I go pretty heavy on my inner corner. I just love that highlighted look. I'm also gonna take a little bit of this under the brow just to highlight there. Why not? I think it'll be nice. And then of course I'm gonna blend just to make sure it's not too intense and it doesn't mess up the blend we already had going in to that brow bone highlight. For the lower lash line, I'm not doing too much, so I'm not gonna smoke it out, but I am going to take the Godiva shade, which is the deepest color in here. I'm taking a very detailed brush, and I'm just going to be pressing that into the lower lash line, only in the outer half. Truly, this is just going to help give a little bit of depth out there, but I really don't want to blend it out too much because I want to keep it more contained and I don't want this to look too messy. I'm going to smudge a little bit of liner on my lower lash line. I'm also going to add some mascara, and then I'll come back and we'll finish up the lip. So here is the look with the mascara and the liner on. I have already put a little bit of lip liner on because my lips need a little more help, okay? And now we're gonna go in with the lip products. I'm gonna be taking the liquid lipstick Pasadena, and I'm gonna put a light layer of this. I don't want it to be too heavy. I do really like the idea of this being a more monochromatic look though. And for a softer effect, I'll take my finger and kind of use it to buff the product around. And then on top of everything, I'm taking Blissful, the gloss, and I'm gonna just dot it in the center and again, pat out. All right, guys, so here is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I really love that cranberry blown out eye. There's something about it that's simple, easy to do, but it still has a glam touch, especially with that inner corner. And if you wear lashes, if you pop those on, they would look amazing with this look as well. But let's move on to look number 2, and let's get a red lip going. That's so holiday. All right, guys, let's do look number 2. I have a hair change, and I've also obviously already put on the lip. I'm wearing the shade Milan all over, and this set does come with the Rodeo Drive gloss, which could look really beautiful on top of this, but I want to keep this really classic matte red lip, so we're gonna skip the gloss on this look. Looking at the Luxe palette, I'm really excited to use this copper. I think that it will really pop my eyes again, and I think a red lip with a copper eye is so festive and so pretty and a little bit unexpected. Like, it seems like, is that too much? But it's not. It's gonna be beautiful, so let's get into it. I'm first gonna take the color Clay, which is the lightest matte shade, as our transition, just so we have something in the crease. And I did set my eyeshadow primer, and I'm just taking a fluffier blending brush to blend that into the crease. And I am focusing it more on that outer corner. Now that I have the crease where I want it, I'm gonna go in with the deepest matte shade. This is called Brown, very fitting. And I'm going to take a pinched fluffy brush in there, and I'm just going to wiggle this on the outer corner just to add a little bit more depth before we go in with the lid shade. And I really like to work these types of colors on the lower lash line and then work up as I have less product and as I put less pressure on my brush. I don't need that to be super deep, but I do want some depth on that outer corner before we go in with the lid shade, just so it's a little bit deeper than the inner corner. All right, I really like where we're at. Now let's move on to our fingers. You guys know I love to use my fingers. So I'm gonna be taking the shade Truffle, this really beautiful copper. I mean, my eyes are already like pretty blue right now, but this is really gonna set them all the way off. I'm gonna take that on my finger and I'm just going to press that onto the lid, and then as I have less product, I'm gonna be blending up with my finger, with the pad of my finger. Ooh, so pretty. I'm taking that brush we used in the outer corner, just on the outer edges, and just tapping, no new product, just to kind of blend everything. I still want this to be super soft, even with some of that depth that we have going on, and I'm also gonna blend out using that initial brush we used, and just blend everything together. For the lower lash line, I'm taking a flat liner brush and I'm gonna dip into Brown, the dark matte, and I'm gonna stamp this in the lower lash line on the outer half, meeting it up with the top lash line. All right, I really like where the look is, so I'm gonna add some liner onto my lower lash line and smudge that out, and then I'm gonna add some mascara and show you guys the final look. All right, guys, so here is the final look. I really love it. I love that copper eye, so holiday glam, especially in my green sparkly outfit. I really wanna go to a party now. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed these looks. I hope it gave you some ideas if you have these sets on some glam holiday looks you can do at home. I mean, a red lip just does it every time, doesn't it? It does it every time. Thanks so much to Oprah for letting me on their channel once again. And other than that, thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.